to punish and enslave. What does the Bible say? All right, family, let's get on into it. Then I'm gonna do a little research. All right, so you can learn a little something about yourself. But let me hit the ground with this Bible verse first. All right, then I'm gonna go to a little research. All right, because when we go to school, we don't learn nothing about ourselves. All right, now, 2nd Ezra, chapter 11, verse 40. I've covered this several times. But it's got to do with much wicked oppression and the fourth beast that's coming to an end. All right, now. And I beheld, and lo, as it were, a roaring lion chased out of the wood, Mashiach, the lion of Yahudah. And I saw that he sent out of a man's voice unto the eagle and said, Hear thou, I will talk to thee. Listen up. And the highest shall say unto thee, Art not thou it that remainest of the four beasts? Babylon, the head of gold, Medes and Persian, the arms and chest, the Greeks, the bronze, which they removed out of your Bible and this book, if you're trying to find it in your Bible. The whole Greek captivity missing. And the Roman captivity. That's why when you get right over from the Old Testament to the New Testament, it skipped right to the fourth beast. And you don't know what's going on. But nevertheless, all right, whom I made to reign in my world, that the end of their times might come through them. So the oppressors think they run and stuff, but the Most High is using them to bring an end to his means. You see it. Let me read it again. Art not thou it that remaineth of the fourth beast, the last of the four beasts, fourth quarter, whom I made to reign in my world, worldwide colonization and turmoil, that the end of their times might come through them. All right. And the fourth came and overcame all the beasts that were past and had power over the world with great fearfulness. Who's afraid of the European powers now? Who's afraid of the Roman Empire now? Iran is using low tech to get y'all in check. All right, now, with great fearfulness and over the whole compass of the earth with much wicked oppression. And so long time dwelt he upon the earth with deceit. Lies on top of lies, on top of lies, on top of lies. Real eyes, real lies, real lies. Now, let's get into this. Let's get into this right here. And then I'm gonna get on this. Before I do that, let me do this right here. Before I do that, let me take this off. All right, let me see here. Y'all see the Decepticon symbol. Why y'all think they got police and then 1865? Oh yeah. Yeah, that's just something I got. Why y'all think they got police in 1865? Huh? Let me check these comments while I'm waiting on the answer. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Arlene, Brenda Hill. Let me put these comments up here. It might be few, but hey, put them up there. You just mark the video. Hey, you know. But anyway, why y'all notice something? When was so-called slavery abolished? 1865. When was the Klan born? December 25th, Christmas, 1865. They were dreaming of a white Christmas, don't you know? Yes, slave patrol. I'm glad you brought that up. Because the slave patrol was the first police. We're gonna go through this together. See that? So, oh, can y'all see that? Y'all can't see it. Hold on. Let me see here. No, y'all can't see that. Let me do it like that. Check. Yeah, y'all can hear me. I'm looking at the microphone. Microphone check. How about that? All right. All right, now. All right, slave patrol established in South Carolina in 1704 were among the earliest form of organized law enforcement in America. Okay, I just want to show y'all that. And in the movie industry, K-Reno industry, they be throwing little jabs. They be throwing little jabs at us, little pokes and digs. That's why we're gonna learn about ourselves up in here. Deception, 1865. I don't know if some of y'all watched the Transformers, and the name of this robot is Barricade. You know, down here, it ain't nothing for you to be out in the woods somewhere and run across a police barricade. They don't fool with the white folks. Black folks getting out of church, and you go through a black neighborhood and the police got a barricade sitting up there. They got a barricade sitting up there. But let me get into this. Let's learn a little something. Learn a little something. Let me go here. That's why it's important for us to learn about ourselves. All right? Come on, all this got to do with knowing who you are. If you love who you are, can y'all see that? Y'all can't see that. Hold on, let me go back. Y'all can't see that. All right, let me start over. If you know who you are, then they can't tell you who you are. Let me refresh this page in case. Make sure the sound gets through. Y'all still can't hear it. Hold on. Let me stop sharing and go back. Okay. I'm gonna do a little, cause we black every month up in here. All right. Let me see. Let me hit this play and see if y'all can hear it.
Who taught you, please? Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such extent that you bleach to get like the white man?
Okay.
Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet? Who taught you to hate your own kind? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to? So much so that you don't want to be around each other. No, before you come asking.
All right. Now, by omission, when you go to school, you're not learning nothing about yourself, and they're teaching you lies. Why? To control your mind. Let me get this other video. Hold on. Get this other video right here. Let me get this one. All right.
A people who are taught to hate themselves will never stand up for themselves. But once a people learn to respect their history, their culture, and their identity, they begin to stand with confidence. If a man controls your thinking, he doesn't have to control your actions. You will do what he wants without ever realizing it.
Think about it. If they're teaching you, they are controlling your thinking. You ever heard the phrase, I taught them everything they know? You go to church, you're learning Roman, colonized, whitewashed, erased, biblical, unbiblical teaching. If you go to school, you're learning all about Europeans. By default, you're learning to think like the colonizer. Okay? You understand? Let me wind it back. I'm gonna get in this
confidence. If a man controls your
y'all hold tight.
He doesn't.
This doggone next level enslavement.
Have to control your actions.
Hold on. Let me look at this next level enslavement that they got going on. These cars that's spying on you. Y'all just hold what you got. You got to free your mind. All right? Wind this back.
A people who are taught to hate themselves will never stand up for themselves. But once a people learn to respect their history.
Now think about this. Black folks will fight each other left, right, front, and center. Some of them. But when it's time to fight to protect ourselves against these white supremacist devils out here, crickets. Scared. I'm
learn to respect their history, their culture, and their identity, they begin to stand with confidence. If a man controls your thinking, he doesn't have to control your actions. You will do what he wants without ever realizing it. That's the most dangerous kind of control, the one you don't even see. A divided people can never become a powerful people. Those who control this society understand that very well. That is why they work constantly to keep us separated. But the moment we unite, the balance of power begins. The future of a people is shaped by the discipline of their youth.
That's why they try to captivate our mind with this ratchetness. They promote ratchet entertainers and actors that to keep you undisciplined. See what I'm saying?
The young generation is serious about knowledge, character, and purpose. then no force in the world can permanently hold that people down.
All right, let me move to the next one. Now, this is what we are doing. That's why we should, this is why we shouldn't be worried about what's going on, because we was doing stuff. It's a historical fact. When the Most High pushes them back, we excel. That's why they had to come and tear down what we built. So why are you looking at the Roman kingdom or Babylon burning? The Bible said Babylon is going to fall. You should. The only reason why I can think, I may be wrong. Shabbat shalom, Eliyahu and Uriel. I can't really. But anyway, no disrespect. Shalom to everybody. The only reason why you are afraid that the U.S. or the European or the colonizers is sinking like the Titanic is because your faith is in. That's where your faith lies. The Bible, the text tell us what's happening, and it's happening. You should be right on schedule. Look up. See, for our redemption draws nigh. Okay? All right. Shabbat shalom, Cindy. Let me get back. If I kind of ignore it, I'm trying to stay focused. Y'all know how I get. I'll be all over the place. But nevertheless, now this is some of the inventions. Why is they legalizing weed all of a sudden? And then what they're legalizing is messing your mind up and effeminizing and masculinizing. But anyway, be wary of anything your enemy gives you, okay? I'm not trying to put you down. I want you to wake up. All right.
People had to wait and watch the line the entire time. This made fishing tiring and easy to miss a catch. But that changed when a foundational Black American inventor created the automatic fishing device that pulled the fish up on its own. It even alerted the fisherman when the fish was caught. His name was George Cook. Before the modern ironing board.
Now, if there's a food supply, shortage, you can walk those creek beds. And sometimes it be fish trapped, waiting on the rain so they can go down. Walk those creek beds. And you're probably gonna find some fish trapped in them creek beds because the water done trapped them in there. That's some food right there. You don't know what a creek bed is, learn where your rivers and stuff are, okay? A clue would be where the bridges are over water. But nevertheless, back to the fishing. All right.
Before the modern ironing boards, the boards used to be like tables and they couldn't collapse. It wasn't until a foundational Black American invented a collapsible ironing board, and her name was Sarah Boone. Before curling irons, curling hair took a long time and the curls didn't last very long. That made styling hair frustrating and time-consuming. That changed when a foundational Black American inventor invented the curling iron, and his name was Solomon Harper. The problem is, most families never ever learn that. So our kids don't connect inventions and intelligence with people who look like us. I did the research and put together a simple to read book that teaches about foundational Black American inventors and their inventions. If you want to teach your children.
That's her page right there. Okay, that's her page. All right, that's her page, and I'll be double checking. That's why you got to research. Let me show you. I'll be double checking, but you double check me. All right, that's why you got to research. I meant to put this up here, but hey, I'm unorthodox. I'm unorthodox. Research. All right. Don't just take research. Do it again. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something right quick, what I just learned yesterday. Well, this week. Now, how many of y'all eat meatballs, think you're eating beef meatballs? Okay. Well, don't say nothing because I ain't trying to put nobody on the spot. But Pizza Hut, Papa John, all your pizza places done swapped out the beef to pork and beef. So you think you eating beef meatballs, you probably eating pork and don't even know it. Research. Let's get to this computer AI slavery. Let's get to that. All right, now. Let's get to that. All right, now. Let's do this. Make sure the sound coming through. Yeah. I'm gonna do the sound check. Hold on. Y'all can't even see that, can you? Hold on. No, y'all can't see that. Okay, hold on. It's talking about the CIA being able to spy on you, but they've been spying on black folk for the longest. See, white folks was cool when it was just us. White people was cool when the CIA was flooding us with the drugs. See, they was cool then. See, that's why I'm not shedding a tear for them. Don't hate you, but I'm worried about us. Y'all got a whole, that's y'all system, white folks. Y'all handle that. I ain't got no tears for you. You was cool. You didn't want health insurance because it would help us. You understand? So but anyway, you hold that L. All right, now let me get back over here. Okay, let me see. Let me know if y'all hear the sound.
According to WikiLeaks, the CIA can hack many electronic devices and has even managed to gain total control of remote access to older versions of iPhones and Android devices. Once the CIA has gained total control of a phone, it can apparently even snoop on chat apps such as WhatsApp and Signal, despite end-to-end encryption. According to WikiLeaks, the spy agency can steal the content from conversations while they are waiting to be decrypted and displayed on the screens of phones.
The reason why this is enslavement, slaves don't have rights. Slaves don't have rights. When black folks was having church, you had the slave master all up in the church building to listen to what them Negroes was talking about. It could be two black folks talking today, and somebody white would come up and try to listen. They gonna get a whole word of the truth, because I don't get quiet at all. You understand? But anyway, slaves don't have rights. And I'm not telling you to say you're a slave, but that's how they view us. You're a slave, you property, and I can do whatever. I can listen in on your conversation.
And finally, with the help of British...
Y'all wait till... How many of y'all, while I'm listening to this, how many of y'all are aware that the CIA can hack into your vehicle and steer it? I'm going to try to let this play all the way through. I'm getting supercharged, I guess. And sometimes I be having so much stuff, but anyway.
According to WikiLeaks, the CIA can hack many electronic devices and has even managed to gain total control of remote access to older versions of iPhones and Android devices. Once the CIA has gained total control of a phone, it can apparently even snoop on chat apps such as WhatsApp and Signal, despite end-to-end encryption. According to WikiLeaks, the spy agency can steal the content from conversations while they are waiting to be decrypted and displayed on the screens of phones. And finally, with the help of British intelligence service MI5, the CIA has allegedly developed a remote access bug called the Weeping Angel that can take control of Samsung smart TVs, put them in a fake off mode while being able to listen to conversations in the room.
All right. I'm looking for something right now. Okay, here it is. Let me give you another witness. Okay. Let me give you another witness. I think I put it back. Yeah, here it is. Now that's that Vault 7. Y'all see it? Vault 7. Let me see, can y'all see that? Yeah, y'all can see it. All right. That Vault 7, all right. See, y'all could research this yourself and see what it is and what you learn. But we already know, black folk already know, we can't trust the CIA, the FBI. The FBI murdered Fred Hampton. The CIA flooded our streets with drugs. We can't trust the police. The police was created to oppress us. Now it's starting to spill out to everybody. Remember, much wicked oppression. Right here. They're going to rule the earth with much wicked oppression, with deceit. Oh, they'll tell you something harmless, but the goal is to enslave you and your soul. That's the goal. All right, now. All right. Is a series of 8,761 documents alleged to be a massive leak from the CIA Center for Cyber Intelligence. So somebody on the inside let that out. Well, hallelujah. All right. The files reveal the scope of the agency's secret hacking operation. I wonder, was that Snowden? Edward Snowden. All right. Including the ability to compromise smartphones. See. Smart TVs. Why y'all think these TVs? I always said these TVs look like they too expensive for them to be passing them out cheap. Has anybody else ever felt that way? I look at these smart TVs. I said, why these TVs so cheap? I always said that. So why these TVs so cheap? All right. That's neither here nor there, though. The files reveal the scope. Everything else is expensive, what I'm saying, okay? The files reveal the scope of the agency's secret hacking operation, including the ability to compromise smartphones, smart TVs, computer operating system. See, they busy spying on us, and they ain't doing enough spying on their enemies. That's why they getting their tail whooped with low tech. They is getting whooped with low tech. They're going to have to start rerouting that money after a while. See, yeah. All this money y'all spending over here, y'all reroute that money over there. All right, okay. And I know it said a conversation. Let me see, plus two other. But yeah. That just showing y'all how to do that. Let me shorten this up. Julian Assange. Did they kill him? That's why they was after him. See? Yeah, Assange. I know this face. Julian Assange. But anyway, let me get back on track. I done got sidetracked. Oh, y'all can't see it. Julian Assange right there. Yeah. I've been studying this stuff off and on for years, but nevertheless, let me get back over here. All right. Now let me bring it on in. Now, there was something else. Okay, hold on. Let me close some of these tabs. All right, now. I want y'all to start thinking about some of these movies they were trying to show you. Now, look, I did a Google search. Can CIA remote control cars? Short answer, yes. Now, I got some videos for y'all that it probably went over your head, but let's bring it back. Let's bring it back to right now. All right, this is my minority report. This is minority report right here. Those of y'all ain't familiar with the movie. The car was taking Tom Cruise to jail. The car was taking the man to jail. Okay. Okay, I know it's a movie, but hey, look at, I just showed you the CIA. Think about this one, though. Think about this one. You do some stuff they don't like. You getting these highly advanced cars They just make your car just turn over into a 18-wheeler. They make your car just go in front of a train. You understand? You're having an accident. But let me go back over here. All right, now. Let me know if the sound good. Y'all can't hear that. All right. Let me redo that. Hold on. I got to I go back and add the sound. Hold on. I don't think it's just Samsung. It's all of them. It's all of them. But one thing about these phones, see, we can throw these away. We can throw them junks away. Anything, you can get you a Faraday bag that has the RF signal. But nevertheless, that's a whole nother video. You know. Let me get this sound back popping. But their weakness is out in these rural areas. That's their weakness. They want you in the cities. Doing the sound check. Okay, y'all can hear it.
Revised destination office.
Lamar, they found me.
I'll meet you anywhere you say. You can come to my house, John.
No, I can't. They'll get me there. I'm not gonna get haloed.
You can't run, John.
Everybody runs.
Y'all get the picture. He determined not to go to jail. The car is going to take him. His car is trying to take him to jail. They done keyed in on his location. They know where he at. Matter of fact, facial recognition. They know where he at. Let me see here. Did I? Yeah, I showed that one. And now they're trying to carry him to jail. Here's something. Now, this is what triggered this video. 2027 law for new cars. Make sure y'all can see that. Okay. All right. 2027 law for new cars. All right. U.S. federal law via the 2021 Infrastructure Investment Jobs Act. See? Will require all new passenger vehicles to feature advanced passive impaired driving prevention technology. Let me see, it's a video. So let me see what this fit. See, let me see. Can y'all see that? Yeah, y'all can see that. See if the sound come through. Nope, not sounding up. Nope. What the volume? Let me just read it. It'll be all right. All right. But anyway, now here's the downside. I've been in semi trucks with a camera, and that thing gives false readings all the time. False reading. If you blink, it's wrong. And on top of that, here's another thing, black folks. Here's another thing. Let me see here. Right here. AI already biased toward black folks. I'm pretty sure y'all been hearing it for the last few years. You got a crime being committed probably about 5, 6 states away. But they arrest another black person that mathematically could not have committed the crime. Okay? AI, facial recognition technology have been, and that's by design, folks. That's by design. To misidentify black individuals at significantly higher rates than white. Why is everything bad always affect black folks the most? More prone to be in impoverished areas. More prone to be killed by the police. More prone to die giving birth in the hospital. Huh? More prone to be miseducated, have the resources extrapolated. Huh? Okay. Leading to, so when I see Babylon smoking, I start grinning. Yeah, I'm looking up because our redemption is drawing nigh. I'm not going to miss this at all. Hallelujah. All right. The significantly higher rates than white individuals leading to wrongful arrest, increased racial profiling. This issue arises from biased training data and the algorithms' poor performance on dark. This is programming. It's doing what it was created to do. Okay. Now, put that with Elon suing so his AI can be biased. Put that with Elon. Y'all ain't think about that, did you? Y'all ain't think about that, did you? Elon Musk company, XAI, is suing Colorado over its AI discrimination law. See, if we aren't the Israelites of the Bible, then Satan has lost his mind because he's wasting his time on the wrong people. He's wasting his time on the wrong people. All right. So he wants the right to discriminate. Okay, claiming it threatens free speech rights of its AI chatbot Grok. It's not going to stay there. Y'all remember the black rapper who car shut down? He had a Tesla, and Elon didn't like the black man showing his Tesla, and he shut the black man's car down. Did y'all remember that? Do y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? Shabbat Shalom, Woden. Y'all remember that? The black rapper. Let me see, can I pull it up right quick? Y'all keep on trusting these folks. Yeah, keep on getting all this stuff. Detroit rapper accuses Tesla of shutting down his Cybertruck in the freeway after he made a rap song for the truck. Money well spent. That's free advertising. Okay. Let me see. The video ain't showing. Now, it was one that I saw. Now, they saying it's deactivated. Okay. Okay. But I saw, but y'all research, okay? Research. Everything I put out, redo over, do your own due diligence, search it out, okay? But I just showed you those cars can be shut down. Let me show it to you again. CIA, close that out. CIA can shut down your car remotely. It don't matter if Elon do it or not. If you buy a car, is it your car if somebody else can shut it down? Is it your car? It's not your car if somebody else can shut it off and control it. It's not yours. I'm like you, Brenda Hill. We got an old vehicle too. It's my choice. And I'm looking at this economy, and I like to have a little breathing room when prices start jacking up. All right. Let me see here. Yeah. Well, let's get back over here. They said, but yeah, the black guy said the car shut down. Let me show y'all this video. Y'all remember Leave the World Behind? Let me show y'all Will Smith first. Let me show you this. Okay, hold on. Let me show y'all this. The CIA, y'all see it, has the capability, not saying they're doing it, but why do you want the ability to control somebody's car if you're not going to use it? Now, let me show y'all this. I'm going to have to go out and come back in and make sure the sound get in there. Y'all remember this? Hold on. iRobot. Y'all remember this?
Manual override engaged.
You see the car? the car, the car was driving itself, okay? They telling you something without telling you something. When I was looking at it back in 2000, well, when it first come out, I didn't get out of it. When it first come out, I didn't pay no attention to this stuff. But as I started paying attention to these new laws and stuff, all this stuff started making sense.
There's no way my luck is that bad. Oh, hell no.
You are experiencing a car accident.
The hell I am!
Y'all get the picture? Just imagine the CIA. Let's just have this Negro. Let's just give him an accident. Let's just have it. Let's just take over his car. How you gonna prove it? Now, I want y'all to think, family. I want y'all to learn to think. I want y'all to learn to reverse engineer what's done. How could you prove that somebody hacked into your car and made you have an accident? It's got a transponder. There's a record. There's a record, like when they collect data and they give it to the insurance company about your driving. It can be recorded, but if they're that smart, they're probably going to erase everything. But it won't hurt to try. Also, you got cameras everywhere nowadays. You got on the interstate, you got cameras. You could try to triangulate or locate those cameras and see if they can see what really happened. Cameras are everywhere. Cameras are everywhere nowadays. You understand? But all right, learn to reverse engineer this stuff. Okay? It ain't gonna do nothing but make you smarter. But above all, live righteous, live holy, obey the words, keep his commandments, praise Yah, hallelujah. Because one thing's promised, we gonna die. We gonna leave here. All right. But we should be the most sane people on earth. If we really believe that word, we really believe the Most High, we really living right, then why are we afraid to die? That does not mean that I'm gonna go out here and walk in front of a train. Then you putting them to the test, okay? All right, now. But anyway, the car said he's finna have an accident. Let me make sure. Let me remove and add it back. Make sure the sound get added. Make sure the sound get added. Because when I go back and forth, sometimes the sign don't get added. All right.
Hell no.
You are experiencing a car accident.
The hell I am.
All right, I got some more stuff over here. Let me pull up some more notes. How long I been going? Y'all don't y'all buy into this high tech stuff? Then they trying to put chips in the brain. Oh yeah, you'll be able to talk. You'll be able to talk telepathically with somebody that got a chip. Chips can be hacked. I believe that it's possible. Once you give so much of your body over, ain't no more salvation for you. That's what I believe. Because people getting a certain mark. I'm not gonna say what the mark is, because this stuff is happening so fast, whole bunch of stuff. They're not gonna be able to get salvation no more. Who's gonna be controlling the brain? They got that technology, mRNA, that they are what? But anyway, there's so much stuff going on. But anyway, all right, now let me get back over here. Now, let me go back to some more notes I want to show y'all. Let me see here. All right. Now, let me stop sharing. Let me go over here. Y'all let me know if the sound right. Y'all can't see that. Hold on. Y'all can't see that. I mean, yeah, y'all can't see that. Hold on. Okay, hold on. No problem. No problem. What he's saying is they are taking the steering wheel out of your vehicle. That's what he's saying. They're taking the steering wheel. Remember the video I just showed you earlier? They might not like you. They might take your vehicle to a Klan rally. All right.
They are going to take the steering wheel out of your truck. Not eventually, right now, it's already happening. And everything that they've done to your vehicle for the last 10 years, every camera, every sensor, every restriction, every mandate was a step towards that moment. And up until now, they've been hoping that you just didn't notice. In February of this year, the first Tesla Cybercab rolled off the production line in Texas.
I looked it up. They do have a Tesla with no steering wheel. You got racist Elon suing Colorado so his AI can discriminate. The technology ain't that great. You want to Nazi saluting white supremacist. You want to buy a vehicle from him with the CIA working together that might take you to a Klan meeting. All right.
It has no steering wheel, it has no pedals, no manual controls of any kind. The regulatory runway is being built right now for a vehicle that, no joke, in Austin crashes at 4 times the rate of a human driver. Nobody asked us, and we didn't vote for it.
That's how you know something wrong. The car crashes more than a regular person, but they done already started pumping them out. They already pumping them out. The car crashes 4 times more than a person. They already pumping them out. What y'all think these data centers is for? These data centers has a weakness. These data centers have a weakness. They need a lot of water. What are you saying? If times get tough, cut off the water and let them things fry. That's what I'm saying. You might want to get you some blueprints and learn what a waterworks is working at. Them things got to have water. They got to have electricity. But nevertheless, put that on the back burner. That's not imminent. But these folks ain't putting up all this stuff because they love us so much. These folks love us back like they did when we was in the holes of them ships and they was killing off the indigenous people. They love us as much as they loved us back then. They've been showing us how much they love us since we've been here.
Of any kind. The regulatory runway is being built right now for a vehicle that, no joke, in Austin crashes at 4 times the rate of a human driver. Nobody asked us, and we didn't vote for it. And that was always the goal of the process that started the day that your car first told you that you were drifting out of your lane, or maybe that you were a little too tired to drive. Now let's walk down that chute that they built for you. Step 1, lane departure warning. The car tells you when you've been drifting, and you accepted that. Step 2, automatic emergency braking. The car overrides your decision and stops without your input, and you accepted that too. Step 3, adaptive.
There are semis that does that. They'll let you know when you're drifting out of your lane. Okay. And when they start hitting the brakes for you, and you got a load back there, but it's hitting the brakes because it's hitting something that's reflecting light back like a reflective sign. Ain't nothing in front of you. The computer don't know the difference between a vehicle in front of you and the reflection of a sign, and the truck start hitting the brake, and you got 80,000 pounds of weight. I've lived it.
Cruise control. You handed the car your speed. Step 4, hands-free highway driving. You stop steering. Step 5, driver monitoring cameras. The car watches your eyes to decide if you're paying.
Those cameras are not accurate. I know. Nothing man builds is accurate. And nothing the oppressor builds is going to be for us. It's going to be for us, but it's going to be to the detriment, not the upliftment.
Enough attention. Step 6, a federal mandate for passive impairment detection. The law requires the car to decide if you're fit to drive. Step 7, Ford patents biometric surveillance, lip reading, iris scanning, criminal record checks inside the cab of your own.
Lip reading, so they listening in on your conversation.
Truck.
Now you could be sleepy. You done work 12 hours. You know, a lot of times you got to work 12 hours and you just a little sleepy. Your car might not start. Then what you gonna do? You're gonna be left in the car on side of the road and wait for somebody to come jack you? Huh?
Step 8, the kill switch. The car decides whether you even drive at all. Step 9, no steering wheel. Now look at that list. Every single step was sold to you as a safety feature, taking us further and further from analog controls.
Yeah. Now this is right here. Like, I like this part. In an emergency, he might be in danger, and the car won't start because it's saying he's impaired. Just check this out.
Patenting decided that my heart rate is too elevated, my eyes are too wide, my emotional state, it signals impairment. The truck doesn't move. No appeal, no override, no human being to call, just an algorithm in an emergency on a dirt road 30 miles from help. That's not a safety feature. That's what happens when you let people who have never been 30 miles from anything write the rules for everyone.
Okay. Now, let me see here. I'm walking through my stuff. Okay. I'm just going through my stuff. Now, here go this new law they got. All right, this new law that requires all new passenger vehicles to feature advanced impaired driving prevention technology. This mandate focuses on AI-driven driver monitoring system. That means they spying on you. Who's controlling those cameras and what are their intentions? All right. Designed to detect intoxication or fatigue. You can be fatigued. That don't mean you can't drive. I might just ran 5 miles and I'm a little out of breath. That don't mean I can't drive. All right, which could prevent the car from starting. See, but yeah, y'all check this out. Kill switch. Let's just say you riding through a sundown town and don't know it. And some one of them old good old boys in so-called high places, like the police department. Let me get into that segment. The military is selling police department high-tech equipment, and they want to kill your vehicle. You stuck in a sundown town with the Klan around. I'm just giving you something to think about. Stay ready. Okay? Just stay ready. Start with your soul. Start with your soul. All right? Now, on top of that, it's getting harder for you to fix the car that you bought. See that? You buy a car and you can't work on it yourself. You got to take it and let somebody get on a computer. Let's say your motor in your window went out. You know, your motor, research what I'm saying. I researched this probably a couple weeks ago. Let's say the motor in your window went out. You know, simple fix. Now, in the good days, you just take the old window motor out and put a new one in. Now, you got to get you got to buy a new motor. Then for that window to work, for that motor to work in that car, it got to be taken to the shop. Y'all see what's going on? It's not your vehicle no more. It's not your vehicle no more. That's what I'm trying to get you to see. So how is you buying a car and somebody else got the control over it? Somebody else dictating to you how you should get it fixed. When you should be able to drive. Let's just say you just woke up out your bed and your child been in an accident. The computer said you look sleepy. Let me keep going. Now, let's get into this. Police spy tools. And now, these are some stuff y'all might want to take some note on. Y'all heard of the stingrays, right? The stingray's been out a while. I've been meaning to do a video on it, but I just never got around to it. So I guess here it is. All right, now, law enforcement agencies utilize a wide range of specialized surveillance. Whatever happened to innocent until proven guilty. That goes for all this. You already guilty. The computer, artificial, remember it's not nothing artificial is as good as the original. Nothing artificial is as good as the original. I know we've been programmed to think that the computer is better, but no, it's not. Okay? Keep that in mind. That's why you need to know these black inventions. We come up with stuff through the power of the Most High. We come up with some stuff. All right, now. Forensic and technical tools to gather evidence, track suspects, and conduct covert operations. These tools range from digital forensic software to physical disguise cameras and audio. I'm not necessarily, if you're not doing nothing wrong, then, you know, but the problem is when you got crooked cops, you got the police are the criminals and nobody's reining them in. There's no balance. Therefore, wicked oppression. Okay? Stingrays. These devices impersonate cell phone towers. Just say I'm gonna make a phone call, but police got a stingray close to my phone, and they done keyed in on my phone. I'm thinking I'm caught. Well, I probably won't even know it. It's a fancy wiretap. I'm thinking I'm calling somebody. Well, I'm calling them, but instead of my call being routed through the cell tower, it's going right into the police stingray. Wiretapping. What happened to the warrants? Y'all understand? I'm trying to put this where y'all can understand how this stuff works. I've always had a gift in understanding electronics. Hallelujah. Now I'm starting to understand why. All right, now, intercept communication, track location, and gather data on nearby mobile devices. Not only is they hacking in on my phone, but they getting data from all other phones in the vicinity. They spying on everybody in the vicinity. All right? All right, let me move on. Now the military, y'all, back the Democrats, they started militarizing the police. Bill Clinton. It don't matter, Democrats or Republican, it don't matter. Okay. The U.S. military provides surveillance technology and equipment to local law enforcement, often through federal programs like the 1033 programs or DHS grants. Now, I've covered several times, some of y'all remember, white supremacist hate crime groups, how are they getting rocket launchers? And why isn't anybody being arrested higher up when the police catch these white supremacist terrorists with military weapons, but ain't nobody going to jail, nobody being prosecuted? Why is that? I covered it several times. White supremacists with rocket launchers. Did they go to the gun store and get a rocket launcher? Where did a rocket launcher come from? But anyway, that's some more stuff. And that's a law. But all right, let me keep moving. Now, it is illegal. It is illegal for the military to be, let me see here. Let me see. Is it illegal for the U.S. military on American soil? The Posse Comitatus Act prohibits the U.S. military from enforcing domestic laws on American soil. So how do they bypass that? They use the police. They use ICE. Hello, ICE. That's how they circumvent that. The police is a military. Okay? When these dry bones come together, what the Bible said, it was going to be an exceeding great army. So what did Satan do? He come up with slave catchers. All right. Y'all can read that. Read that yourself if you want to. Pause it and take notes. Now, analysis. Police with lots of military gear kill civilians more often. Yeah, they want to try out their weapons. They want to try out their weapons. They want to, test it out. Instead of them going out and finding something to hunt or do something like normal people would, they got to try it out on people. Because, but yeah, that's something else. Now, let me get to a couple of these Bible verses. Now, don't y'all forget this. And let me look at y'all. Why is a foreign country training the United States police? Huh? Why is the fake people training a military to destroy the authentic, the real nation of Israel? All right. They always talk about it's the training. The police need more training. Let's get into these Bible verses, and then I'm going to shut it down. I got to get into these. I went over this one. 2nd Ezra 11:40. Now let's get into Revelation chapter 13, 10 through 18. See, this is for you oppressors. This is for you colonizers. This is for you unrepentant devils. You got something coming. That's why you don't. That's why you're afraid now. All right, now let me start at verse. Let's see what verse 9 going to. Read full chapter. All right. All right. All right. Now, if any man have an ear, let them hear. He that leads into captivity shall go into captivity. Y'all think slavery is an Old Testament thing. This is Revelation. Revelation chapter 13, verse 10. He that leads into slavery, bondage, oppression, hardship, death, shall go into captivity. He that kills with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. Look up, for our redemption draws near. 2 Ezra 11:40. And the fourth beast overcame all the beasts that were past and had power over the world with great fearfulness, and over the whole compass. They colonized, they took over the whole earth. They running it now with much wicked oppression, and so long time dwelt he upon the earth with deceit. They've been running the show. That the beast had the wound, but did heal. Rome fell a little bit. It had the wound. It didn't die. It's still here. When black folk go in these courtrooms, it's a Roman courtroom. When they get ready to make laws to oppress us, it's a Roman legislative branch, the House and the Senate. When they use these legal terms, it's Roman legal terms. All right, let me flash this back. He that leadeth into captivity, you're going into captivity. Some of you Negropeans out here worried about white folks. White people ain't worried about you. When white folks is worried about us, it's about how they're going to oppress us and keep us down for the most part. All right, let's go to this other verse. Isaiah 14:2. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Most High for the servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captive, who captive they were. When did those people over there in Jerusalem and so-called is not real take people captive? When did they go into captivity, first of all? When did they go into captivity? Second of all, when did they possess those that put them into captivity? When and when? All right. And they shall rule over their oppressors. All right. There you go, Isaiah 14:2. Oh, y'all can't see that. Here we go. Here you go. Here you go. Isaiah 14:2. Y'all see it? And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of Yahweh for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captive, whose captive they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. So all these people saying slavery ain't that bad. Okay. Especially you Europeans out there on TV, y'all on y'all videos talking about it ain't that bad. Okay. I'm glad y'all believe that. I'm glad y'all said that. Now, verse 10, he that, Revelation 13:10. Let me show it to you. Revelation 13:10. He that leads into captivity shall go into captivity. The scale's going to get balanced. This is injustice right here. This is injustice right here. The scales are going to be balanced. Okay? Isaiah 14:2. Let's look at it. Let's look at the Strongs. All right. The nations, the people, persons, members, will escort Israel. They're going to take us back to our land. Remember, we were scattered worldwide. Scattered worldwide. And guess what? The Bible talks about the regathering. When the Most High get through with these folks, boy, they're gonna be glad. They're gonna be just like Egypt. Get them out of here. Anyway, all right, they're gonna escort Israel and bring it to its homeland, back to their home. Now, the Bible also said when the real nation of Israel get home, it's gonna be peace, and nobody gonna make them afraid. If Jacob, the nation of Israel, is home, then why are they fleeing? See, then the house of Israel will possess the nations. See that? As men servants and maid servants in Yahweh's land. And they will make captives of their captors and rule over their oppressors. See? All right. All right, family. Y'all look up. Our redemption draws nigh. Shalom, I'm glad y'all made it. Shalom, family. Any questions? I know it's been a while, but hey, maybe I can just put something out when I'm out and about. All right? I got to figure it out. It's going to be on my other channel, though. All praise to the Most High. It says Israel. All praise. Hallelujah. Thank y'all for joining. Shalom, family. All right? Y'all take care. Let me play. I know what I want to play. Let me see. I'm just going to end it. I don't know what I want to do. Let me see. Anybody got anything they want to hear? How about that? Okay. Well, let me play this. How about that? How about I play this? Shalom, family. If I see y'all put something up there, shalom. All right.
Exodus 4:6. Moses' hand would turn white. He stuck his hand in his bosom and it was turned white. If his hand was already white, what's the point? All right. Read the book of Leviticus. Yellow hair, as they call blonde hair, is leprous hair. Numbers 12:10. Miriam was turned white for punishment. If she was already white, what's the point? She was turned white. She's in a hot environment. And you know what happened to white skin in a hot climate. So they changed the word in the 1500s from clean leprosy. In the Bible, you had unclean and clean to vitiligo. Unclean leprosy, well, you had to be quarantined. Clean leprosy, you was all right.